Yo, sorry I missed your call.
Welcome back to another episode of Recovery Through Discovery. I'm your host, Jamaica J, and today we have another special guest. Today, she is my teammate turned friend. Y'all know her as Zoe Rose, but I know her as Zoe Thomas.
Hey
Zoe.
everyone. Hi guys.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. How about
feel?
you?
I'm a little flustered.
Because of what we've been through.
Tell them about it.
But we're good now. We had a little technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're good.
It's okay. It's just, you know what? He's not going to stop us today.
Amen.
But I'm so happy to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Listen, we go back. We go way back to COVID. We go back to COVID. We're both class of 24.
Uh-huh.
But
might not
how?
be.
Right.
But go ahead.
But we met because we both cheered together. And but before that, before we even made the team, we were doing like a prep clinic with Braylon. Remember that?
Have that. That's how we met?
That's how we met. And we were out there just cheering, you and Sydney.
Yeah, I remember that. But I don't remember us like getting close. That's the part.
We didn't get close until we got on the team. Well, you know what? It was something like that. Between those windows, we started getting closer. And then it was just us until then.
Also, tumbling.
Tumbling classes.
Yeah. That was
yeah,
something.
We go back, and like I said, I'm just happy to have her today. So some of you know her already. She is a YouTuber, and she's a successful YouTuber. So I just want you to tell us a little bit about that and your journey and how it's been.
I really do not like calling myself a YouTuber. It just seems
Why?
like, I don't know. I just like to say I make videos and I post them.
Okay.
I do not like to say I'm a YouTuber. But people like say that, but it doesn't bother me. But I just don't like to call myself a YouTuber. But I started YouTube sophomore year of college. I was just having fun freshman year, so I was like not really doing it. I was debating it for a long time, but then people kept telling me like, just do it, because I kept posting stuff like on my Instagram, and people were like, Zoe, you should make one. So I was like, you know what? Let me just act on that idea.
Yeah.
So I did it, and one video blew up, which was like my college move-in video, and then people just kept coming back after that.
Right.
And yeah, now I'm here.
It's the personality that reels them in. It's the editing that reels them in.
Right.
I love it. And I want to give you your flowers right now.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you, and I pray that you just keep going and whatever you want to do. And I know this isn't what you want to do long term. What do you want to do, like end goal type deal?
End goal, I don't know the plan. Well, the end goal is to have like 3 sources of income. That's really the end goal. But
That's specific.
right, and I want to get into real estate and all that type of stuff. But in between, I have not figured that part yet. But yeah, I don't know.
I find that really interesting that you just mentioned multiple sources of income, because a lot of people at this age haven't got the gist of that yet, and they're just like get rich quick or
Right.
da-da-da. But that takes time, and
Right.
you can't just get rich or get wealthy off of one income. You gotta have multiple streams, so you can have that real estate or what else?
Like owning properties and doing stuff like that.
I think that's
the
real
end.
estate.
Flipping houses.
Flipping houses.
Yeah,
I love watching those
stuff
shows.
like that. Me too.
Did you ever watch the one where they had to move the bus and they showed the new houses? Move that bus.
No.
No. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about.
No, pause. Have you watched the one where they have to like the family goes out for the day and then they like renovate it?
Yeah.
I love that one. That was a great one. I love when they come back surprised. I just like the reactions. But yeah.
I always wanted that. Yeah, so let's get into it.
Pause.
What?
Y'all, me and Jamaica have these conversations all the time.
Yeah.
Like every time we talk, it's always so deep and like it's always about relationship and like life and stuff like that.
Ourselves, God. So we're going to give y'all all of that today. And it's going to be a little
Hopefully.
bit different because it's not going to be just me asking questions like usual. She's going to be asking me questions too.
Right.
Because it's going to be a dialogue.
Right.
So
What a regular conversation.
that's a regular
on camera.
conversation. So like what's been on your heart lately? Like what's one thing that comes to your mind that you just want to get off your chest?
Ooh.
Mm.
Do I want to talk about it?
Let's get into it, seriously.
Something that's been on my chest. Okay.
What?
Recently, I've been really focused on like my future and like life after college because I have this not fear, but I have like this worry about leaving college and feeling stuck. Like, oh my God, I don't know what my career wants to be. I don't know
Man.
what I want to do. But hopefully, God like puts that plan in my brain so that I can, work on it.
Yeah.
Because I would hate to be feeling stuck after college because I still don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And people usually get depressed right after they graduate. I forgot what they call it, but they post-grad depression, that's what it's called. And they just can't find a job afterwards, still with their parents. And I don't want to go through that either, but it's like, hey, if I have to, I have to. And that's a good way to save money, by the way, if you have the, the family to do that with or whatever. But
yeah, but I love my independence. I cannot go back home.
man,
I'm so, ever since like moving away from college, I just been so on my independent, and I love that. Like being in my independence on my own, making sure I'm good.
yeah.
That's what I like.
And being able to do what you want to do,
Right.
meet who you want to meet. I love that too. Just the room to grow.
What's been heavy on your heart recently?
Something that's been heavy on my heart, honestly, just getting to it, being a go-getter, and making the things become the reality that you want it to. Like you were speaking about. Actually, I forgot. I just lost my train of thought.
That is okay.
I lost my train of thought. But God places the desires in your hearts, and sometimes you place your own desires in your heart too. But it's like if you can see it, you can think it, and you can have it, and you can do it. It's just a matter of you executing. And I want to be an executioner, and I'm tired of just sitting around saying I want things to happen instead of actually doing it. And this show is really a product of that too, because I've been sitting on this since like 2019, 2020. I remember I first got my boyfriend. I was like, oh, yeah, I want to start a blog post, Recovery Through Discovery. I was like, nobody reads blogs. And then I just left it alone. And then now I'm recording. So it's like you have to act on it. So that's something that's heavy on my heart.
I feel like this is a great thing for you, though, like to express yourself.
Yeah.
And you love these types of conversations. So, like, this is
do.
really you. Like, I can see you doing this for
Be
real.
over so bad. Ayanla,
Y'all,
fix my life.
we play around with this all the time, but she's literally my Megan Ashley, and I'm B. Simone.
Simone.
If y'all don't know who that podcast is, I need you to lock in and tune in.
No, for sure,
Because
podcast.
That
Man.
is a great podcast.
And we always, like, when we get through watching episodes, we'll send texts to each other,
Right.
like, watch this, did you see this?
Right.
Man, it's so deep. And I feel like not a lot of people are on the same wavelength to have those type of conversations and really be willing to go deep.
Right.
People aren't curious enough. Like we were saying
Yeah.
yesterday, people aren't curious. And my favorite question is,
Why? Like, why? Why are you like this? What made you do that? Why
What
are you thinking
happened?
like that?
Who did that
Like,
to you?
really? But yeah, yeah, I feel like people are very surface level. Like, they don't want to get below that. Like, they see something, be like, okay, that's it. Like, why don't you want to understand why they act that way?
But do you ever feel like some people you shouldn't get that close to or get that deep with? Because, like, they'll affect you in a negative way, or, like, because you rub off on each other. People start to rub off on each other, and if they already have this negativity around them, it's only going to rub off on you. So, like, how do you feel about that? How do you approach relationships with people?
Honestly, I just have to feel you out first and see if you're, I don't want to say if you're good enough, because that's not a nice thing to say, but like, see if you're somebody I want to get to know. Like, if I feel like you're not somebody I want to go that deep with, and I'll just, okay, we can stay here. We're fine where we're at.
So what's some kinds of people that you like to get close to, or, like, build relationships with?
What do you mean? Like,
if you see a random person, what makes you want to open up towards them and know more about them? For me, I like people who are quiet.
I was just about to say
Yeah,
that.
I like
quiet
people
people because I want to know, like, what are you thinking? Like,
yeah.
why are you so quiet?
And
Like,
maybe the craziest one.
Right.
With the deepest secrets.
and because I like to analyze people, so most of the time when I first meet you, I'm like kind of quiet because I'm like looking. Okay, I'm reading your body language. I'm looking at like.
What is mine saying right now?
You just look very comfortable. Like, you look fine. But yeah, I love to read body language. I love to like watch people interact with other people. I don't know why, but it's just something I've really started to like recently. It's just I'm just very. I don't know, and I do that with myself too.
Yeah.
Overanalyze.
About body language, man. I find myself being almost over analytical sometimes.
Same.
And people will say, "Oh, you're so you get so offended by things so easily," because I'm always thinking deep.
Right.
Like,
right.
Why did you say that like that? Why did you text that? Why you forget the period at the
Right.
end? Like, and
No,
I had to
for
get
real.
humble because I was like, dang, maybe I am creating my own problems just by over. Have you ever had issues with that?
Recently, yes, like I take things personal.
Man.
And that's something I need to overcome because just by you acting a certain way, I'm going to think it's because of me.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to ask you why, and then you have an attitude. And it's like, but what did I do? Like, what did I do to you? Like, did I change your mood? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
That's become a problem for me recently. I overanalyze every single thing. Like,
Man.
on a daily basis, I'm overthinking about every single thing.
Do you feel like you know what made you be an overanalyzer?
I think my season of isolation
Um,
got me into like overthinking
Man.
because sitting in your thoughts all day, it's like
What?
sitting in your thoughts all day. It's like, okay, or am I right? Am I crazy? Do I need somebody else to bounce off of? So that's and then you're just sitting there, you're just always in your thoughts, and I feel like that's what really like triggered my overanalyzing with people. I don't think it's a bad thing. It
Not
has its pros
necessarily.
and its cons.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It can be bad because I think eventually people not want to be dealing with you because it's like, oh, she finna say something else.
Right.
I've heard that recently. So
I've heard that recently.
I'm trying to work on myself.
Yeah, the period got me though because like certain people, they'll use periods when they get mad. I'm like, okay, why did you use a period? I don't think we're in that moment yet. But yeah.
Exactly, man. And then what's something else that's in my heart? Like, also, I think another thing that comes with that is getting closer to God. I'm starting to realize the traumas that I have and also the immaturities that I have too.
Mm-hmm.
And people have been placed in my life to really reveal that to me too. And they serve as mirrors to show me who I am. And I'm like, ugh. And I want to run away from it. I'm a runner. I'm a track star.
That's a word.
I'm a
that's
runner.
a word for real. Because
I don't want to deal with that.
I realize you attract what you are.
Man,
Growing up, like maturing, you realize like people are a reflection of you.
they are.
And once I don't like something about somebody, I start to like think about, okay, so why don't you like them? Is it because you don't like something about yourself? Like what's going on there?
Have you ever felt that about your mom? I'm my mother's daughter. And I love my mom. I love it.
No, I know my mom's watching this. Hey, Mom. Hey.
But
I know she's watching this.
I'm like, why do I do that? But I clock her when she do it.
Mm.
So I'm like, yo.
Like she's so overly nice. And people tell me that all the time. I'm like, when she does stuff, like she'll buy something from somebody. I'm like, Mom, you didn't have to buy that. Like you know you didn't need that.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I'm that same way. And everybody tells me, Zoe, you're too nice. You're too nice. I'm like, it's really just in my nature. Like,
So
blame my mom. She did it.
So you the one who go through the mall and the people who be trying to clean your shoes, you let them clean it anyway because you feel bad. You don't know how to tell
Not
them
that
no?
one.
Not that
But like when it comes to my friends, like
Yeah.
if they're doing something, I'm gonna go out my way to do that for them.
But that's a good thing though. That's a good thing though. My mom has that too. Like she's just very nice, and she don't know how to say no. She's like a savior. She's
mom
such a
is too.
savior. But that's moms though.
Right.
What do you feel like? Are you excited for motherhood or like womanhood in general? Womanhood first, motherhood X, Y, and Z. What have you been learning about womanhood?
Womanhood, yes. I don't know. It's like a different chapter in my life that's gonna come very soon. Because you're getting older, you're getting your 20s, and you start acting like an older woman. So I'm ready to tap into that. I don't think I'm there yet. I still feel like I'm a teenager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm at that womanhood yet.
I feel you.
But
what's some like lessons you've been learning so far though? Because I feel like, me knowing you personally, I feel like you're very mature, way past your age. So it's like, so I want to know, what's some things you've been learning?
Something I've been learning about life or like
womanhood.
I don't really know.
What you mean?
That's a hard question. Like
It is.
I don't know what I've learned about womanhood. It would have to be something about relationships around that. Something, yeah.
Honestly, that's where I've been learning my womanhood or my lack of it. Man. Everybody's screaming, oh, I want to get married. Da, 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 da. I'm not ready for that.
No.
Because I'm so immature. I can't nurture nobody else because I haven't nurtured myself yet. But I feel like that's a part of womanhood. And another thing I feel like it's a part of it is sacrifice. Like, it's literally sacrificing yourself, sacrificing your time, and sometimes even your feelings. And it's really hard. And it feels like the world is coming down sometimes. But I don't think God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. And we are the strong soldiers. So, like, we gotta endure
Right,
by
right.
default. How you feel about that?
I agree,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't tapped into that yet.
No, I understand that. I feel
Mm-mm.
that. What's something? Let me pull up my list of questions.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that in camera.
So relationships. We're talking about relationships.
I love
just talk
talking about
about that. Me
relationships. I love talking about relationships. I love talking about love. I love everything about that. When I tell you, I love love. I love what
love
love does.
love.
I love how you feel when you're in love. I
What you
just love
do?
everything.
How
I
you
just love
operate?
it.
I love the extreme side of it, and I love the less extreme. I love the crazy side of it.
Right.
I love the calm side of it. Like, why are you such a
One
hopeless
thing.
romantic?
Why? I don't
You
know.
don't
I just
know?
really like it. I think I just have so much love to give
Mm.
that's just like very natural for me. Like I just
Mm.
like that type of stuff.
true.
And I'm very in tune with, like, my emotions and how I feel, and I can express my feelings well. So I think that's why I really like it. Because some people, they aren't tapped into that side, and I
No.
think I'm very in tune with, like, that side of me.
Same. And it kind of frustrates me sometimes when I'm like around people who aren't necessarily like,
Yes.
and they're too afraid to show like how they truly feel or talk about it. And I'm just like, yo, you're human. Like, it's okay.
Right. It bothers me when people are like, I don't care, or I don't like him like that.
When you know you do.
If you like that boy, say
Tell
it.
him. Tell him.
Even if he doesn't feel the same way about you, at least you express that. At least you know now that he doesn't like you back.
Exactly, and that puts you one step closer to where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Or that gives you the more confidence to do it again and again.
Exactly.
So, but what were you about to say when you were like?
I was, but I forgot.
You forgot.
I was trying to think about it, but I was like, I forgot it. But yeah, we love love.
I don't know why I love love. I feel like the movies played a lot of part in it too. But yeah,
I'm very much a hopeless romantic. When I tell you
Man.
I want that love story, I want the perfect love story. And I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
you will. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like you said, just having a big heart and wanting. I love love rather if it's for me or not.
Right. I just love to see it.
Yeah, but I do know that it is not easy. It's
Definitely.
not a feeling. Love is action.
Okay.
But you want to know something else? Love's not enough.
Yeah.
Love is not
I've
enough.
learned that. I've learned that recently.
Man,
I've learned that.
what do you mean?
Like, I've learned that just because you love someone, that doesn't mean that you should stay in their life or they should stay in your life. Like, you can love somebody from a distance. That's one thing I've really taken away from my last relationship, is that you can love somebody and let them go. And it's okay to still love them when you're not in their life anymore.
But how do you let go?
You just have to let them be. Like, if
No, you got to give me details. How do you let go? I don't know how.
how do you let go of someone?
That's hard.
Just, I don't know, like, detach, like,
That's
the
like
emotions, get them out of your cycle, your routine, like, let them go. Like,
so like unfollowing socials.
unfollowing socials,
Not texting, not calling.
texting, no calling, stuff like that.
But you want to know something? The intrusive thoughts still gonna be there though.
Of course, and it's okay to think that. It's okay to act on it. Well, it's okay to think it, don't act on it. Yes, you miss somebody, but that doesn't mean go text them. You can still just miss them and just have the feeling of missing them.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
I think maybe journaling helps with that too.
Journaling too.
Like write them a letter every time you want to text them or call them. I feel like
I've done
helps.
that many times.
But if you me, I'm gonna give it to you.
No, literally. I wrote a letter about you. You want to read it? Because I've done that so many times.
No discretion at all.
So many times.
Man.
Yeah, I just really love relationships. I've been
Yeah.
in one a long time, but it's okay.
That's okay. And what do you feel like? What do you have to say to people who are kind of sad because they aren't in a relationship?
Ooh. One, it's okay to be single. Just because it's like highlighted in social media and everybody else in relationships. One, that may not be real. Two, they probably just want to do it because everybody else is doing it, so it's not authentic.
Yeah.
So I say just enjoy your single life. Like, it's not a sad thing to be single. That's your time to really learn about yourself and to dive into yourself, because you're not. I feel like you have a harder time doing that when you're in a relationship, because it's
For
so.
sure.
We, us, are. It's not you. You have to. Your single time is your time to focus on yourself and do what you want to do
Yeah.
and figure out who you are.
Right. Figuring out
yeah.
who you are.
I've been doing that a lot. A lot of self-realization, self-growth, evolving, stuff like that.
So what's some things you've been realizing about yourself, about the world, your place in the world?
One thing I've learned is that everybody has a purpose. Everybody's put on earth to do something, to achieve something, to grow, to discover yourself. Recovery through discovery. No, literally, like, yeah, I just think everybody has a purpose. What else have I learned? Yeah, I do this every time. Like, I have these thoughts.
What?
Like, I think about stuff like this all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what is my purpose? What is life? And da 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 da.
The thoughts run so deep.
So deep. But when I get on camera, it's like, oh my god, I can't
Blank.
think. But yeah. What was the question?
Just self-realization.
Self-realization.
After that,
Okay.
Some things I've been realizing. See, it's happening.
Exactly. Self-realization.
I don't know. Let's skip that question.
Let's skip that question.
Ooh, I remember a few times ago when we talked, we were just talking about how our relationship with God felt as if it was
Drifting away.
because we're so caught up in our everyday lives. So how do you handle keeping God first, keeping God in the midst, but also handling the things that he's blessed you with?
I think it's all about balance. But one thing I also learned is that there really isn't any balance in life. Like, you have to just
I've never heard that before.
figure it out. Like, make time for things that matter. Like, I've been stuck on trying to balance my life because I have so much things going on. Cheer, school, YouTube. So it's like, you don't really have that much time to do all those things in a day. So you have to just make time and just, figure out when you can do it. But I don't think life has balance for real.
That's interesting.
Why I keep forgetting your question? Well,
I forgot it too. I thought
Wait,
so much.
no.
Now. What did I say?
What did you say?
Oh, how do you balance keeping God in the midst of keeping
period.
God first?
Okay. Just make time, honestly. Like, wake up, I listen to my music when I can, my gospel music when I can. I pray when I can. Set out time to read the Bible, stuff like that. You just have to make time, like, and stand on your time, like, that you make. But yeah, that's pretty much how I do it.
That's what I try to do too. I try to, like, even if I'm not in my word, I try to listen to music that reminds me of the word, and not listen to so much to, like, hip hop, R&B, and all that stuff, because I don't like that stuff anyway. I like R&B, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I do be getting that conviction because it's like, ooh, the things they're talking about, this is not helpful for my spirit. This is making me want to be very lustful. This is making me want to be very passive aggressive towards men, all these things, because you know how it's all about forget men, I don't need them, all this stuff. Yeah, but that's not good. And so I try to do that. And when it comes to the word, I try to get people together because the community helps. You have to build your church because that's what's going to hold you accountable and make you more excited to chase God instead of doing it by yourself.
I need to get into that because I do that by myself a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need more people around me. I've been praying about that. I've been wanting more people around me to get me closer to God. Yeah. So I feel like not everybody, but a lot of people around me are very worldly.
Man.
And that, I think a lot of people in this generation is worldly. Yeah. And I do not agree with that because not everybody thinks, well, some people think praising God is good or cool, but most people are like, don't do that. Like, don't bring that around me. Don't push that on me.
Yeah.
But
because you're a square.
Right.
Or you're not cool. Well, I don't care. I don't want to fit in with you.
Right.
If that's not leading me to the upper place, I don't want to be there.
Literally. But yeah, I think a lot of people are very worldly, and it's kind of hard to not, what's the word?
What?
It's hard to like navigate through that. In a way. Like, because it's just so easy to do things that are worldly because it's so around you. Yeah. So you have to really all right, take a step back and be like, okay, let me go read the Bible. Let me go do this. Not everybody else is doing it, but I need to make sure I'm good. So I need to go back and do that and tap in. But yeah, it's kind of hard when everybody around you is not on the same page.
And that's the thing about it too, because you may even have that community of people that you're able to worship God with and have those sacred moments. But after that moment's over, what are you doing? Are you just reading the word or are you practicing it? Because those are two different things. Everything that look like God ain't God. My mama say that all the time, and I finally get it. The holiest saint in the church, you don't know what he got going on back behind closed doors. Your friend that say all this and that, you don't know what they doing. Right. So it's like, how can I be good? Right? How can I be
Right.
good? And I'm struggling.
I'm struggling with standing on the word. Like hearing it, yes, I hear it, I comprehend it, but doing it every day, like that's a hard thing to do. Like
is.
acting on the word every single day, not talking, not judging people, not doing this, not,
Yeah.
that's a lot to do. Every
It
single
is.
day you have to make the decision to do
Right.
the right
I
thing.
can't mess up once.
Right, like
God,
Whew.
they cut me off in traffic.
right, like sometimes I just don't have my moment, but it's not easy.
But I think, well, since you have the desire, and we both have the desire to get closer, or anybody out there who has that desire to get closer, be happy that you have that in the first place, because that means it's coming. Don't focus on the staircase, focus on the stair. And I heard that in church from Pastor Jerry Flowers. Like, you got to focus on what you can do today
Right.
instead of what is going to be in the past or whatever.
In the future.
Yeah.